EAVAFM.com or call 07811 659 364. That's 07811 659 364. Serving the community, 102.5 EAVA FM.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸਲਾਮ ਅਲੈਕਮ ਰਾਮ ਤੇ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਇਓ ਹਨ ਵਿਜੇ ਜੋ EAVA FM ਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਕੰਟਰੋਲਿੰਗ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ manage ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ if we go astray he's there to put us straight and help us no he's really good he's very devoted to his job anyway let me tell you see ki karna basically what it is from Leicestershire Partnership NHS Trust Pay Sport Group. If you are interested in working with people with mental illness, we're going to talk about different types of jobs. Jo aa rahiyan hain. After, is it Vijay? Will the jobs be after Christmas? Will you be advertising them? Or?
We will ask Teresa. Teresa's going to join us and tell us about what the peer support worker is and what this whole program is.
Yeah.
And then you can tell the community. We are, by the way, live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on various platforms. So everyone, please tune in. So I'm going to bring Teresa in.
Okay.
And then you can also then translate in Punjabi for the community as well.
That'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
Right.
Hi.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Teresa.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
That's wonderful. It's lovely to see you again just before Christmas. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas as well as the New Year.
Thank you.
That we do what we are doing for people with mental health and, you know, looking for a sort of like partnership with yourself, with EAVA. And I hope that we are helpful to you. So what would you like to say?
So firstly, Teresa, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
What is the peer support worker and why have you introduced them? Let's tell the listeners about what this whole project is about, please.
There's throughout the country, but obviously related to Leicester, Leicestershire and Rutland, there's big changes going on around mental health. There's been a huge consultation exercise that's led to a number of changes. And as part of those changes, what's come out of all the consultation is that people want somebody who's got a common understanding with them. So someone who's got lived experience of living with mental health difficulties.
Right, okay. Shall I translate that? Teresa ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੋ ਕਾਫੀ ਦੇਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਚੱਲਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਟਾਊਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ different people ਤੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਸੋਚਿਆ that ਇਹੀ ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਈ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ that ਸਾਨੂੰ support worker ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜਾਣੀ ਕਿ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ mental health ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਉਹ support ਕਰ ਸਕਣ. So basically ਇਹ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦੀ ਰਹੀ ਆ. Over to you, Vijay. What or shall I ask?
No, absolutely. So Teresa, do you want to say a few more words about what a peer support worker is?
So a peer support worker is, as I said, somebody with lived experience of mental health conditions, and we want all carers, just add that in there. And they use their lived experience to inspire hope of recovery and demonstrate that recovery is possible, that people can live a life that's good for them, even though they're living with a mental health condition. We know that a lot of patients, service users, clients, whatever name you call them, say that you don't understand what it's like. And that's what we want to change. We want to have a workforce that does understand what it's like.
Okay.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਟਰੀਜ਼ਾ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਜਾਣੀ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਵਰਕਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਇਲਨੈਸ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਜਾਣੀ ਕਿ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਚਾਹੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੈਸੇ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹਨੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਆ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਇਲਨੈਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਜਾਣੀ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦੇਣ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਇਲਨੈਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਇਹ ਹਾਂਜੀ
Okay. Thank you so much, Jas, for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. How many will you be employing to work at LPT? And what does LPT stand for? Is that the Leicestershire Partnership Trust? So yeah, how many people will you be employing for this project? Will they get paid? And is it full-time or part-time, Teresa?
Okay, so you're right, Leicestershire Partnership Trust. It's part of the NHS, just in case people are not too sure of that. We're talking with figures of around 75 people, so we want a big workforce of people with lived experience. We've currently got 7 peer support workers, and we've got another 8 who are going through the recruitment process now. So we'll have 15. So we've still got 60 people we're looking for to fill those workforce requirements. Will they get paid? Yes and no is the complicated answer. Yes, because they're paid roles, but we also are setting up alongside that a volunteer program of peer support. We know there are many reasons why people don't necessarily want paid work, but they should have an opportunity to share their skills, and we'll certainly greatly benefit from that.
Teresa, I have a question for you other than what I may be ignorant, but there might be other people like me who don't understand the lip experience that you just mentioned. So would you just explain that, please? What is lip experience?
So lived experience is a term that we use that kind of covers all conditions, but in our case, mental health conditions. So if people have got a diagnosis of a mental health condition and they've received support for that, whether they've had medical help for that, they're the
Yes.
people that we're looking for. We're not saying particular mental health conditions, we're saying people with serious mental health conditions.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Over to you, Vijay.
Okay, would you like to translate everything?
That's a tough job, you know. Basically, Teresa ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲਿਪ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਉਹਨੇ ਜਾਣੀ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲਿਪ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਕੋਈ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਹੋਊਗੀ ਚਾਹੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੁੱਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਬਟ ਇਟਸ ਨਥਿੰਗ ਲਾਈਕ ਦੈਟ ਇਟਸ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਜਿਹਨੀ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਇਲਨੈਸ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਸੀਰੀਅਸ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਇਲਨੈਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਆ ਹੋਵੇ ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਹੋਵੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਡੀਲਿੰਗ ਵਿਦ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀਰੀਅਸ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਹੈਲਥ ਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ although there are about 75 70 71 72 73 74 75 I think ਜੌਬਾਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਪਰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੁਣ ਥੋੜੀਆਂ 15 ਤੇ ਚਲ ਗਈਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਬਟ ਇਹ 60 ਜੌਬਾਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ they are for volunteers ਵੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ paid workers ਵੀ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ that they will be looking for ਹਾਂਜੀ
Okay, thank you for that, Jas.
You're welcome.
Okay, so how can people apply for this peer support worker, and do they need any qualifications really, Teresa? Where can they find these applications? How can they apply? Because you said there's 75 roles available. However, 15 are now taken up, so there's 60 roles available. When is the deadline? What are the details?
So the details, the only qualification, people have to be able to speak a reasonable level of English and do a reasonable level of maths. That's something that's for all NHS jobs because that's the systems that we use. However, aside from that, the only thing that people need is a peer support qualification or to be studying towards one. We offer that training free. It's very nationally recognised as good training. It fits into the National Peer Support Competency Framework, which is a bit of a mouthful. But basically, it means that everybody gets a very, very good grounding in peer support work and all those things that go alongside that, because obviously it's very emotive if you've been there yourself. People can just need to contact me. I don't mind whether it's email, which is teresa.spilsbury@nhs.net, or whether it's by phone, and my number's 075 876 72834. Honestly, I don't mind how you get in touch, just get in touch.
Teresa, would you just repeat the number again, please?
Yeah, I will. It's 075 8767 2834.
Thank you. And the other question I have for you, basically, can you explain something about the peer sport workers role, please?
Okay, so the peer support worker roles are part of a team that's aiming to work not just in the NHS but across communities. So we want to work with those organisations that are outside of the NHS, because when people see support from the NHS, it's a tiny, tiny bit of their life that they're with those people. And what we want to do is look at the whole of their life and think, well, when you're not seeing a peer support worker, when you're not seeing somebody else in the NHS team, what can you do to help yourself keep well? It's about giving people more ownership of their recovery as well, and
So
doing
what
it
will
in a
the
way that's
sorry, Teresa. It might seem this is a bit out of the box. What will they actually be doing? What will they
okay.
actually be doing?
So the idea is that peer support workers spend most of their time face to face with service users. It's a bit complicated because of COVID, where it's phone and a lot of internet work, but in the real world, when we're living with COVID, it'll be much more face-to-face work. And the idea is that they build on somebody's strengths, what people like to do, what they enjoy doing, what they think will help to keep them well, and they develop a plan together. So it's called co-production, and it's about building a plan for that person that they feel is achievable and they feel will help their mental health,
So it's
rather
a
than
personal plan.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Before you just kind of translate this, I just want to get this absolutely right. So a peer supporter's role would be to meet other service users within the mental health remit and kind of help them to move forward by talking to them with their experiences and how they felt better, and telling people this is what we did to feel better with our mental health, and using that kind of approach.
Yes, it is. It is that, Jazz, and I think and it's really important that it's about that service user. It's not about what that peer support worker thinks will help them. They can
Yeah,
talk about their own recovery, what gave
yeah.
them hope, and the difference it's made in their lives. But actually, it's down to that individual and what they feel will help them, which is a bit of a step change, particularly in the NHS for services.
Okay, over to you, Jazz.
Thank you for that, Teresa. Teresa ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਜੌਬਾਂ ਆ ਨਾ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਓਬਵੀਅਸਲੀ ਇਟ ਵਿਲ ਬੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਫੋਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਐਂਡ ਸੋ ਫੋਰਥ। ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਹੈਲਥ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਵਰਕਰਸ ਹੈਗੇ, ਚਾਹੇ ਹੋਰ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸੋ ਜਸਟ that ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਨਵੋਲਵਮੈਂਟ। ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੁਆਲੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਤਾਂ ਇਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਆਉਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਆ, ਵਿਚ ਆਈ ਫੀਲ ਇਜ਼ ਆਲਸੋ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ, ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਰਾਈਟਿੰਗ ਆ, ਲਿਖਣਾ ਆ, ਰਿਪੋਰਟਸ ਲਿਖਣੀਆਂ, ਬੋਲਣਾ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਨਾਲ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, ਤੇ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਅ ਬੈਟਰ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡਿੰਗ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਪੇ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ training ਵੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ which is vital and is free because ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ pay support training ਕਰ ਲਓਗੇ ਟਰੀਜ਼ਾ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਸਮਝ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ ਸੋ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ employment ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਜੌਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਸੋ ਇਟਸ ਐਸੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ that ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਣੀ ਕਿ ਪੇ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਵਰਕ ਇਨ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਆ ਮੇਰਾ ਤਾਂ ਖਿਆਲ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ because you don't get many training nowadays that are free. So make sure when you apply that you also give your name to Teresa. Teresa ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਦ ਮਰਜੀ ਫੋਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਨੰਬਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ it's 07587672834 ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਦੱਸਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ 0758 767283 ਸੋ ਇਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਟਰੀਸ ਦਾ ਫੋਨ ਨੰਬਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੈਸਟਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਪਾਰਟਨਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਟਰਸਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਨ ਵਰਕਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਟੂ ਮੈਂਟਲ ਹੈਲਥ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਵਰਕਰ ਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਈਮੇਲ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਈਮੇਲ ਐਡਰੈਸ ਹੈਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਪੈਲਿੰਗ ਦੱਸ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਆ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀ teresa.spilsbury@nhs.net ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਾਈਟ ਇਨ ਛੋਟੇ ਅੱਖਰੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਸਾਰਾ TERESA Spilsbury spelled SPILSBURY ਤੇ at ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੀ ਆ NHS.net NET ਇਹ ਟਰੀਜ਼ਾ ਦਾ ਈਮੇਲ ਐਡਰੈਸ ਹੈਗਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੁੱਛਣੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਲਾਈਕ ਆਈ ਸੈਡ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਟੈਲੀਫੋਨ ਵੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ Hanji Vijay.
Okay. So yeah, thank you for that. Because I think it's amazing that we've got these opportunities, 60 support workers, which could be paid. Again, the details are on our screen. Go to the EAVA FM Facebook page or YouTube channel. This video will be there. The email address and phone number is at the bottom of your screen. You can see it here. So no problems here. You can definitely see this. You can definitely see that. We've added that in. So Teresa, finally, we can contact you to find out more. And why is it important that we get community members to be part of this and fill these 60 spaces that are left?
I think just to add as well, volunteers are additional to paid roles. They're not replacing any paid roles. So there's more opportunities. Just to say as well, I think the one thing I didn't say was the reason we're here talking today is because we want our peer support workers and volunteers to represent the communities that we serve. That's the only way we're going to get people with shared cultural understandings, really. And I think the other bit that I didn't add in was that there's very much an emphasis on community groups and organisations. And by recruiting from those communities, they'll bring those knowledge and those skills to develop knowledge around what's out there in the current community. Because people think there's not much when actually there's usually loads.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Teresa, for joining us today. You've been fantastic, and we're going to try to help you recruit these and fill these 60 positions. Over to you, Jas, just to finalize everything. And
Okay, thank you, Teresa. Thank you very much for. I'm sure your time is very valuable. Coming on air with Vijay and myself, and what you have said is very interesting. I wish I was younger to help. Because in my younger age, I used to love working with mental health or people with special needs. It is very, very fulfilling if you, devote your time and your dedication. Basically, you can only work if you have a very sociable, personality.
Absolutely.
To bring out the personality of a person, I believe, who is suffering with mental health because their moods are always very low.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it. ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਟਰੀਸਾ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੀ ਸੀਗਾ, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੇ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਵਰਕਰ ਦੀ ਜੌਬ ਸੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਤੇ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਵੋਲੰਟੀਅਰਸ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਆ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਆ that ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਗਰੁੱਪਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਅਗਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਇੰਟਰਸਟਿਡ ਹੋਣ, ਚਾਹੇ ਵੋਲੰਟਰੀ ਵਰਕ ਚਾਹੇ ਪੇਡ ਵਰਕਰਸ, ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਅੱਧਾ ਕੰਮ ਤੇ ਸਮਝ ਲਓ 50% ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ। ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵਿਜੇ।
Okay, thank you so much, Jas. I'm going to let you carry on with your show. I just want to say bye to all the people in the camera because they'll be tuned into us. Thank you so much. Remember, you can carry on listening to us on EAVA FM 102.5, and we will see you later with another special on our live. Here we go.